What would you do if there was a child right in front of you?
Oh no. What Joel would do is take that child, carry it through the apocalypse, daddy of the universe style, barge headfirst into every danger zone, and never back down. Hello there, my moldy mushrooms. It's me, your Playsiera, and today I try to challenge that not only shattered my spirit, but also every bone in my body. Because I took The Last of Us, the masterpiece of a stealth game, and thought to myself, hey, what if I remove the stealth?
It's pretty goddamn stupid.
I know, Joe. I know. I thought beating it fists only on grounded mode was hard, but there, Joel's quadriceps was my biggest friend. Every clicker and hunter was taken care of in sneaky fashion. And up until now, my survival plan was always to avoid conflict. But today, we're trying something a little more rascally. Today, I am the conflict, no matter what. I am not allowed to ever crouch or sneak in a combat situation. I will always have to be out in the open. Let's give these precious grandpa knees a break. Yet to do so, I would need enough weaponry and supplies. Problem is that I chose grounded mode again.
It's pretty goddamn.
Yeah, I know, Joel. That means no HUD, no supplies, no mercy, and no hope. Will I find enough ammo in this fungus wasteland? Can the clicker hallway of death be survived while jogging through? Is David's fight even possible without stealth? Hop on, you dapper cracker, and let's find out together. Our journey begins with the end of the world, and the reason Joel became the grouchy dinosaur we all love and cherish. But you know what hurt me the most here? Tommy in super speed pushing me and breaking my first rib of the run. Am I nothing to you, brother? But let's not dwell on the past. We got a whole sunny day full of walking up to strangers and invading their personal space ahead. Well, this is awkward. My partner Tess and I were aimlessly wandering the broken buildings, and sweet lord, have you ever seen anything more precious than grouchy Joel holding a ladder? It's heavy, sweetie, I know. It was then where I was forced to the first difficult decision. This poor infected man begged me to end his suffering. But I was there on grounded mode, meaning I must make every shot count. So I tried with all I got to use my fists again. Oh, there's 2 bullets. Well, I take them, and you enjoy dying hard for me, buddy, okay? I ramboed my way through the first runner room like a boss and arrived at some hostiles. I found out immediately that it wasn't a good idea to run directly into their shooting range. And also, if I could use a thing called aim, that would be pretty ace. I was moving on in fists-only aggressive edition until I arrived at this warehouse fight. And this encounter right here already made me regret my life decisions. I've wasted a full hour here alone just to get by 5 armed dudes with only 4 bullets that put me down in 2 shots since my health was low and I didn't have a med kit. The AI of these enemies on grounded mode is absolutely ridiculous. The second I stand up and breathe, they immediately notice me. And of course, I try just to run by, but the game makes sure I eliminate every threat first. So finally, after way too many tries, I took down the first 2 with my Matrix type of aim.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Bottled the patrolling one on the ground floor and used my last 3 PP shots like a rifle to snipe the last 2 losers. I was crushed. This was nothing but the mere beginning. Tess was as useless as the G in lasagna as she hasn't shot anyone yet. I was already 2 game hours in, had no more bullets and no more health. But the naughty dogs turned to good boys, as I not only found 6 bullets on this dude, but also another 6 on this guy. What? Look at me being loaded. Then I immediately had to waste them at the dogs. The effects of playing a game in the opposite way of what it was supposed to were really starting to reflect on me. We then met Firefly Lady Boss Marlene. She first brought us to more trouble, but at least I could be an afterlife matchmaker on these two lovebirds. And then she brought us to Joel's new substitute daughter. Don't worry, Ellie, you won't be safe with me, I promise. At least keep your disdain hidden, this ain't respectful. Well, the quarantine zone was really not the place for a kid, so we ventured further into the outskirts. And yeah, as you probably guessed it, the military corner where we are supposed to sneak through the shadows is absolutely not doable without stealth. I mean, I can't just blast through them like a maniac and expect to make it? What? Are you for real? The actual first sneak section can be done first try without stealth? What a relief! The office building was thankfully also pretty easy as I had enough bullets, but the next area was absolute terror. The subway is not only full of clickers that one-hit kill you, but also packed with 3 runners. To get a plan of where all of them were and what to do, I decided to stealth my way through once for practice. And I always thought that I was good at stealth. That's why I've beaten the original Fist only back then. But I swear that the AI in the remake is absolute bogus.
Really?
Look at this crap. I crouch, I don't even move. And still that clicker got me. It's one thing when the game is hard, but another when it's unpredictably unfair. So anyway, I started blasting. Seriously, I only needed to stand up, waste all my ammo, use my freshly found Molotov, and brick down the last clicker along the way. Yay!
Ow, shit! Sorry, that was me.
Tess.
Shit. What, are you retarded?
In the museum, something borderline stealthy happened, and of course, I'm not talking about the incoming runner section at the end, where they already are alerted anyway and you have to fight your way through. No, here, in the clicker hallway of death. My problem was that I absolutely wanted to get behind this shift door to collect all them goodies. But so, since they heard every step I take, they always took every breath I make. I once did it perfectly. I ran them around the room and bolted out, but messed up by going the wrong way. And then, try after try, I just couldn't replicate it, so I did throw a brick to lure them away from the door and then slipped by unnoticed, and you might call that sneaky, but again, I once did it on my lucky dump run, so actually you can do this without any sort of red herring. Tess got bitten in the ass by karma for not helping me once during all this, and well, at least they forgot to max out the Q&A I hear in the Capitol building. This is the hardest difficulty. Unbelievable.
Hurry!
Oh, we finally arrived at my favorite part of this game, Billstown. Look at this serenity, the beautiful sunlight, the bittersweet eeriness, and of course, the slow bonding process of our two favorites. Thanks to Bill, we had so much fun. A Lara Croft revolver shooting, becoming the Flash, and kicking enemies off a bus kind of fun. But of course, there were 2 tricky areas. The first one was the suburban graveyard with the sporsy stinkers. Again, I was stuck here for a while until I figured out which one to take out in what order, and of course, the bottles and bricks that were splattered around the area were my biggest help here. The second one was in the place where all nightmares begin, the high school. Just before the extra big truffle fight, the game expects me to deal with 3 clickers and 7 runners? I really wanted to preserve my ammo, but Nee was like,
No, you didn't, bitch!
It took me a few tries to find out that the best strategy was yet again to stay in the spot where the sequence begins, let the enemies come to me, and pray that I can get through this with at least some ammo left. If you think that the bloater fight was gut-wrenchingly brutal, then you're absolutely right. And also, can I just say how annoying this never-ending wave of runners on top of this fight is? I ain't got time for this. But since no real stealth is necessary here or in the car escape section, let's just give Bill some peace with the leftovers of his Hawaiian lover and move on to Pittsburgh. The tank station ambush. Oh god, the tank station ambush made me waste another play hour on this cursed run. Why was this so hard? I tried going around. I tried hostaging. I tried zigzagging, but to no avail. The only two reasons I finally made it were 1, my patience wasn't shattered yet, and 2, luck. Somehow, that dude despawned, gave me all the time in the world to pump his friends full with lead, and waited for his turn. What a gentleman! We all knew it was just a matter of time until the inevitable happened.
I'm whistling.
You trying to get us killed, Ellie? These gruesome conflicts must have really left a mark on my baby girl. She's completely lost it. Alrighty, we're at the part that I feared most. The library. In all of my playthroughs before, I spent some of the most time in here. This will be hell, I know it. There's just too many enemies. There's no way I can... Are you for friggin' real? I only need to speed run, literally. But as underwhelmingly easy as that was, the hotel compensated that pretty damn thoroughly. I died so often, to the point that the death sound is now triggering PTSD for me. When I now look back at the footage and see my successful run, it does look pretty effortless. I mean, come on, that's epic. But getting there did with my soul what the video did with a radio star. Like in my fists only run, I surprisingly survived the hotel basement with a big truffle boy and his stalker gang on my first try. But I know that for what comes next, there's no excuses. I still made a PowerPoint to put it into perspective and hope you can forgive me. Things that are worse than what's about to happen. Abby. Golf clubs. The air-to-ships ratio and ship bags. But the worst of them all is the combat in the financial district. There it is. Okay, my breaking point. I couldn't get past this fight. 12 armed enemies that are alerted if I just move a particle in the air. No health. No help from Ellie, who's got a rifle.
You're welcome.
Snipers from all sides. I mean, can you please explain this to me? The frig! Yep, even the Steam community confirmed my suspicion. This is the worst part of the game, and is practically undoable without stealth, on grounded mode. Because like I said, I feel as though the AI here moves absolutely unfairly, and all of my joy for this run was gone. But aren't we here on pleasure, my stinky biscuit? So... I had to say goodbye to grounded mode. I just don't hate myself enough to put me through this torture any longer. I switched over to hard mode, and who would have thought this was still hard? I might have more ammo and more health, but the enemies now take more bullets to be put down. You can't have it all here, can you? And still, I kinda needed to stay in the shadows. This section is just that hard. But at least, I never crouched and was able to delete these suckers. Now let the fun times begin. From the turret we ran. In the building we met Henry and Sam, and I checked if this pandemic is actually the cordyceps virus. Yep, we still got toilet paper, so definitely no corona. Just before escaping the city, I was blasted so hard that I even merged into the body of a hunter. We ran and shot through the sewers some more. Nothing really worth mentioning happened there, and I don't want to brag or anything, but I single-handedly took out the entire army in the suburbs right before the sniper section by running in like a wrecking ball. So that was pretty epic, right, Ellie? We're the best team. Isn't that my bullying brother Tommy? Hey! I was desperately trying to make up with him, but just before we could have the slightest bit of character growth, we got ambushed. Unfortunately for the ambusher, they invaded the wrong hydroelectric dam. And now follows a row of always a bit of the same. We ride, we fight, we ride. Oh, flamethrower! And we fight. But this hallway of death right here in the university turned out to be the next pain inducer for me. Did I really think this would work? I desperately wanted to preserve my ammo, but apparently there was no way around it using firepower. The first clickers can be bowed down, but then it was just me, another one, and the Truffle King. So I gave him a little taste of his own medicine. The science building took once again patience to learn where the enemies would come in, just to run blindly into them and shut them up. But right here, when Joel gets his gut piercing, the game forced me to stealth and I couldn't do anything against it. But hey, you can definitely count that as a cutscene, so Joel can rest in peace. Oh no, not literally! Let's have some rootin' tootin' time with Ellie. Since she's mostly out in the open in her first game phase in the cabin and the bloater hall, there's no use for stealth anyway. Also, the winter resort can surprisingly be ran by. So let's just move on to finally answer the question that keeps you up at night. Can David be defeated stealthless? Before that, Joel did some aim practice on real silhouette targets, and Ellie needed to maneuver her way through the snowstorm, as well as thousands of hunters. She only has her switchblade, which is only purposeful when used in a sneak attack. I could throw bottle and then attack them so they would drop me their revolver, but I was always caught in the wildfire from the ones around when I did that. So I just ran away from my problems. And there he is, the ugliest man in the world. I wasn't too sad that I didn't grab a revolver, as David would have taken it away from me now. So I only had my pocket knife and one glass bottle. I used that right away to land my first hit, but then I ran through the entire restaurant to find any other bottle or brick, but since I'm here on hard, there weren't any. Even if I used a sword as stealth by hiding behind the door, that sucker wouldn't allow me to stab his guts. So I am crushed to say that this is the actual only time in the game where there is no other way than using stealth. But hold on! Apparently on easy mode you'll find some throwables lying around, so that means you could jog around and do it elephant style. Phew! You almost got me there, game. But all good things must come to an end, and we, my moldy mushroom, made it to the finale. And seriously, can you name me one other game with such a profound and wonderful moment in it just to cherish it? I love The Last of Us. But there was nothing serene about the tunnel of hell. Runners, clickers, and 3 bloaters were waiting to manure us. But I was simply too loaded to let that happen. Believe me, my cholesterol went up the hill in these moments, but overall, I had a blast. Whee! Burn, baby, burn! Then, Marlene came back from the dead and told me that she expected me to give up on my baby girl just to save a humanity that wanted nothing but to kill me this entire time? Well, let me tell you something else, Marlene. Do you know what's the best way to deal with fireflies? Make them fly! Wow! Oh my spongy puffball! We learned something insanely important today. You can actually beat The Last of Us without stealth, if you play on the right difficulty. Heck yeah! This might have not been as impressive as my Fists Only run, which you should definitely watch right now, but it was immensely more fun to play this way. If you're still here, you have some dapper taste, my friend. Tell me in the comments what other challenges you'd like to see, and stick around for all the other bangers to come. So, until I hit your homepage with another video, promise me to stay away from golf clubs and take care. Bye-bye!